Hello, everybody. Also, how my name is William. Well, today I'm going to talk about what if children lie about their age on California's age verification bill, because that's what's going to happen, you know. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. But first, I want to talk about what's been happening. So, yeah, I talk about California's age verification bill here, and I talk about are you for it, yes or no. And also I don't know because yeah, it's a pretty good. Yeah, one guy voted this. I don't know. That's a pretty good answer right there. You don't know. That's fine. It's okay if you don't know. And then, oh yeah. So on the overview on Rumble, yeah, I only about 20 cents on Rumble, but it's not very much anyway. On YouTube, nothing. See. I need 500 more subscribers, and then I need 3 uploads in the last 90 days, which is true anyway. But I also need like about 87 watch hours in the last 365 days. I need 3,000 watch hours in 360 in the last 65 days. And I'm not getting that at all. And I do want to make money off of YouTube. Oh, and this is the debate for 1,000. 4,000. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. That's one why I'm not making money. Yeah. And I can't even apply yet. Now what about on BitChute? Because on here, well, I'm not making any money on BitChute right now. I might have to figure out how later on because I don't know how. It says right here, earn money on display on your videos, but that's what it says right here. But I don't know how to turn on monetization on my videos on BitChute though. I might have to figure out how later. So I'm going to show you right here on Google what are children entering false states to verify age in California in 2027. So right here, if children enter false birth dates for age verification in California starting 2027 under the Digital Assurance Act, the companies service provided app stores are protected from fines as long as they make give effort to law to target companies, not kids. But children can still bypass restrictions by lying, which means effectiveness depends on tech solutions, though the law creates a framework of age gating. The law does. Device-based age signals. For change version 27, operating system providers like Apple and Google must offer age verification prompts when setting up devices and apps. An age bracket sends on age brackets, e.g., under 13 and then 13 to 16 and 18 plus on apps, not the exact birth date. Because all you have to do is type your birth date. But that's what I'm asking. Yeah, if children could be entering their false dates birth dates. Lie about their birth date and lie about their age and stuff. It's right here. If kids lie, enter false dates, company protection. The law protects the companies that received a false age signal. But they make a good effort to verify. If they won't face penalties up to $205 and $25 in the judge of a child for a user lying. My best restrictions. If children can still enter a fake birthday, age 18, access adult focused apps or content, the system relies on users' input OS signal. Now, enforcement. The California Attorney General enforces this law, and then confidence and competence. The law shifts responsibility on platforms to build effective age gain systems on reprising individual kids for lying. Rather than penalizing individuals for lying, which common practice for minors online. Now, in addition, while children might still lie, law puts honest tech companies to input systems ideally make it harder with liability falling on for failures, not necessarily on children themselves. So children are not getting punished for lying. So yeah, if you enter a false birth date for age vacation California, when it goes to effect in 2027, guess what happens? Yeah, your children won't get punished. So and I did search it on Brave too. See, California Education Act AB 1023, signed by Governor Gavin Newsom in October 2025, will require device operating systems adapt to age or date. This is the law taking into effect in 2007. However, the law explicitly allows children to enter false dates without legal penalty for companies as long as the company makes good faith to comply with the age verification requirements. This means if a child lies about their age during the device setup, the setup service will legally require to treat them as an adult based on the subsidiary information, even if it is inaccurate. The law mandates system providers just Apple or Google and put people accessible interface in July 1st, 2027. So now users enter their age or birth date. Even devices are set up before this law's effective date. Now, companies will not held liable for enormous age signals, but they may have good faith for it to comply if it includes self-reported age data. Critics argue the provision enables children to bypass age restriction on adult-compliant apps. Surveys on companies over 18 and no verification beyond self-recognition. Now, the law does not permit children consults and app purchases, nor does mandate the use of government-issued IDs or other forms of proof, which produces no barrier of false reporting. More, the law aims to protect children by adjusting experiences based on age. It relies on self-reported data, which suggests it's often inaccurate. Approximately 30% of minors lie about their age online. Yeah, but 30% is still a lot. And if you want to know, If you know which companies will be affected by this California Bill 2027, well, that's a good question right there. I'm going to type up both of them here so that you know. Okay, right here. So right here, on California's age provision bill effective 2027, the Digital Age Research Act, AB 2023, requires certain businesses to implement device age verification requirements to protect minors online to effect in January 1st, 2027. Alright, okay, so that means the companies that are affected include now operation system providers. Companies that develop license and control resistant software, including devices, smartphones, and tablets, must put an interface on devices. So, and examples include Apple, Apple iOS, Google Android, and Microsoft Windows. Yes, and that, and let me see, cover verification apps. So private studios do it fascinating to download third-party apps such as Apple App Store and Google Play Store will need to receive age signals and operating systems to actively apply, including obtaining to apply protocol consent for users under 16. Yeah, and then application developers. Any company that owns, maintains, controls software, application accessible for via covered app stores and required to request the age signal is app to download it and launch. Developers are often deemed to have actual knowledge of the user's range for the triggers under the child safety of this without the protocol consent. So developers such as media platforms like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, or streaming services. The separate law covers a proprietary code CAADCA, which target a broader range of services blocked by the federal court. Injunction not scheduled to take effect in 2027 unless injunction appeal. So yeah, it will impact Apple, Google, and Microsoft, and Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and Facebook, Instagram. So yeah, it will affect Meta. It means it'll go affect Snapchat, Twitter, which is called X now, and it's probably going to be affecting Blue Sky. Yeah. And Truth Social, I guess, and Reddit, and Discord, a lot of social media. But what about video sharing platforms? Yeah, I guess it was going to be affecting YouTube, and maybe Rumble, and BitChute. Now, so that's what happens, but here's you might be asked the question because it's up to the parents to stop. You might say that it's up to the parents to stop children from lying about their age. Well, that is true, but that is true. We need to do that anyway. Because it says right here, under California's new age vacation law, AB 1043, parents can't directly sue tech companies if kids lie about the age. But if you use the powers making OS providers age signals, need big fines, companies. Okay, yeah, $7,500. Yeah, $7,500. Yeah, it's $7,500 per child if they fail the proper age gating apps and services. But penalties on Attorney General non-individuals. The law relies on parents truthfully setting age brackets device level with the goal of restricting harmful content and not punishing kids directly. Parents set age brackets for their now. Here's how the law works. Parents set age brackets for the kids of businesses like Apple and Google, not necessarily precise ages. Now, it says here for devices to signal develop content, and then cover attorney uses laws with fines to companies that don't comply. What it means to parents for kids? Well, no direct or lawsuits mean that parents can't sue the platform, but because their child lied about their age, only AG can. Now, the law aims to protect kids. This is a tech company, so parents don't have to worry about their kids bypassing protections on their own. Focus on settings. The center works best on parents accurately set their child's age bracket on the device. And now here's the essence. The law shifts accountability to platforms, versus giving parents tools to manage access rather than creating new ways to punish children for lying online. Yeah, but it's the parents that stop children from lying about their age, even if it's online. Because, yeah, so parents still need to parent their children, even if this is happening. And right here, I'm going to read Brave Search too. So California's Age Assurance Act signed by Gavin Newsom on October 13, 2025. Flexible age vacation requires users to age share records under verse 97. The law does not provide a mechanism for parents to legally punish children for lying about their age. Instead, the responsibility for age vacation manufacturers and app providers is to close age providing unless the clears abetting otherwise. The framework shields the tech companies from liability and harm caused by minors using adult content. Shielding liability to the child and their parents. The law mandates operating systems such as those from Apple and Google collect age or date of birth during the setup. Share an age bracket with apps and help protect minors online. Parents are expected to enter children's ages during the device setup, but the law does not define responsibility for verifying their truthfulness for children's self-declared age. Research indicates that 30% of minors will lie about the age online. But the self-declarants would make it easy for children to exploit the system by cheating their device and make it appear over 18. And now, the law does not include provisions on parents will disciplinary actions on children for lying about their age. Instead, it will focus on penalizing companies and non-compliance of facilities up to $205 per child, or for neglections $7,500 for intentional ones. Now, critics argue the law removes parents from inclination entirely, allowing children to install apps to track location, access cameras, connect to the streets without parental knowledge or consent. Well, that could be true. Yes, and now let me read. Yeah, that is true because of that. Now let me read more. I'm gonna make another search on Google. Now, the company sued the California government on age vacation. Oh yes, yes, several tech companies, trade associations have sued California. Over on age vacation laws, arguing that by the First Amendment. The legal choices are led by Net Choice and Trade Association over businesses and lawsuits against Tuesday California's laws. Now, it says it's outside. Okay, so kind of H4 Society Act, CDA laws is on 22nd, which intended to take effect on July 2024, but it's serves online that be assessed by minors, several state standards that is by age, young users. Net Choice is said to block that law in 2023. And judge it is ruling on CWDC that violates the First Amendment. Okay. SB6 is variation warden law. Yeah. Alright, and now we need to do is Google. I need to do a brief search on this. It says for it says requires for ejections accidentally as speech. Now organizations and communities for agency CIA, Asian groups and center and denial GDCT is a Muslim law generally supporting of position and that military age verification leads to censorship and privacy concerns. However, the major companies like Google and Meta have actually backed different. Reason California law, the Judge Age Assurance Act AB 1043, which regulates coverage age signaling framework, is more agreeable than the law as passed in other states like Texas and Utah. Okay. Yeah, I see. Now, did companies sue California on age verification? I also did a brief search here, so yes, companies have sued companies age verification laws in court though, and through lawsuits and targeted laws differ. Net Choice, that's its industry group on major companies on California government over are protecting kids such as Association Music 6. The lawsuit in November 2024 on Northern District on California arguing over Regis authority too vague, and the First Amendment on free speech lights. The federal judge is not blocked on provisions on time of day of restrictions. They did not block the core of the dictative requirements. Net Choice is the appeal of the circuit of the 99th Circuit Appeals. Move the block during the process. However, a different law, the Judicial Age Assurance Act 1083, which will take effect on January 1st, 2027, has gathered support on major tech companies like Google, Meta, and OpenAI rather than facing a lawsuit. There's a depth on this agreement of support age and very same model and operation incentive level. Does not require ID or parental consent and industry support. While this is the First Amendment of ground still misapplied, no lawsuit has been filed against AB 2023 as for now. Apple has not supported E3 as non-official lawsuit, but expressed concerns about privacy risks. So, okay, so Net Choice has sued something else, yeah, about this about the protecting kids, yeah, and then, but no lawsuits on this about this age vacation yet, so. Look, if you want to sue California on age vacation, I think the best way to do it is to do it now. Because don't wait until because so that way well, do it now. Don't wait until 2027 because it'll be too late. Just do it now. If you want to sue California on age vacation, if I want to sue the California government on age vacation, if there's any companies watching this video, I don't know if they are anyway, so you can let them know yourself if you don't. But yeah. And if you don't want this, look, if you don't want California's age vacation to go into effect, the best thing to do is to call this toll-free number right here. Anyway. Yeah, maybe I'll put that on YouTube. Here, I'll put this as a post. If you don't want education to go to effect, then call this toll-free number. I will, yeah, I'll put that there so that way you can call that toll-free number. Okay. But this is what you want to know here, so. Anyway, here's my Rumble account. And so far, this. Okay. Yeah, you might have to call this toll-free number if you don't want age vacation in your state, including here in California. So, and you might have to call them right now. Don't wait until 2027 because that'll be too late. Just call them. Yeah, I would say the best thing to do is call it right now, and because I would say now's the time to do it. And yeah, it's now the time for these companies to sue California on age vacation. You know, if they don't want them, if you don't want it, yeah. Alright, so that's what it is. Okay. And yeah. Okay, so that's what a calculates H verification bill is. Yeah, if you don't want it, go to effect and call this toll-free number here. Anyway, so I'm telling you about California's H-fication bill so you can be prepared for it. You know, if you want this, if you want this to go to effect, then do nothing. But if you don't want this to go to effect, then totally call this toll-free number right here, because yeah, I got some people vote. One guy vote. I don't know. That's fine. Anyway, you can also follow my Rumble channel and and my BitChute channel. Okay, not that. Yeah, you can also follow my BitChute channel right here and YouTube. I need more subscribers anyway. I need like about 500 if you want me to make money. And on Rumble, I got 33 followers right now. So yeah, but I'm not earning very much. That's why. Yeah, please follow my Rumble channel and YouTube and BitChute, please. And yeah, please make sure you watch your How to Go to Heaven video if you want to know how to go to heaven. You know, it's only by believing in Jesus. So. Now, I'm thinking that some people thinking that I'm thinking that coverage might be useful, but no. But they said it's completely useless. But they tell me it's completely useless. Well, I do believe it's completely useless too. But look at these. But you have to look at the fines. It's asking me about what our... Well, you're meant to look at this. So, oh. Delete that N. Okay. Alright, so if you want to know what the fines, well, I'm telling you about to learn about the, I'm going to have to tell me these fines here. So, yes, as regular confidentiation laws imposes on some penalties for taking up to $250,000 per negative violation, and then $250,000 for intentional violation, both affected on both per affected child. Proactive village stores failing to require age signals for youth online content. These fines are state or covered by state action to apply. Non-compliance device age signals take effect on January 1st, 27 now. So plenty of breakdown. So yeah, this who pays? Always system providers, the app store owners, are responsible for providing age signals with liability protected on good faith issues. Only the government judge can bring civil actions to cover these penalties. And then law focuses on resistance with age signals on under 12, 13 and 15, 16 and 17, and 18 plus affected content and users on level age vacation. It's part of the broader California efforts to protect children online with separated provisions on social media, warning labels and deepfake pornography. And if you want to know this, yeah, and right here it says right here, California Education Bill defines up to $100 per child and negative violations of $100 of per child and general violations. These penalties are flexible for California's attorney general who can seek relief of attorney fines. Companies make good faith on contemplating this law, shooting the liability if they accidentally possess incorrect age information. The bill applies to app stores operating system providers, requiring them to put age verification systems on transparent age on app developers. Yeah, which is this. You know, which is this. Yeah, I see that. Well, that's why you have to call this toll-free number here, because what is that they're doing this. The government. Well, the government is probably, well, the problem is that these lazy parents are making the government more authoritarian. It already is. You know, which I include here in California, see? You're just making, or they're doing is just making the government stick on other people's business where they don't belong, and that's the problem. Because when they're doing these fines. So yeah, they're just trying to just making the government more authoritarian. But these easy pens are doing, and that's not good. Oh, because of I know, because of this age vacation stuff. You know, I don't like it, you know. And, you know, if you want this to happen, then do nothing. If you don't want this to happen, then do something. Tell everybody. Call this toll-free number. And then I'll put this on YouTube as well, so that way, you know, you might get called that toll-free number right there. Anyway. And please, let me get more subscribers on YouTube and also BitChute and Rumble. I do want to make money on these platforms. And yes, and I do want to start working eventually too, so. And yeah, I had to remake this video again because I was showing my well, I was showing my impersonation on my other videos, so that's why I'm remaking this. But that's why I'm remaking this video without it, you know. Yeah, but yeah, please make sure you watch a Go to Heaven video if you want to learn how to go to heaven. It's only by believing in Jesus, anyway. And if you want to learn something here, yes. And yes, stay tuned for more videos. I might make a video about digital IDs and digital money next. Very soon, because I have to talk about that too, yeah. The good thing you don't have to worry about using your digital ID to verify age here in California. All you have to do is just input birth date, but yeah, I'll talk about that next video. So, you comments below if you want to talk about more stuff. And, yeah. Anyway, I have to go to bed right now, so. So, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Say goodbye. Adios, Zaijian.